Alrighty. Saturday. What are we doing today? I think we're gonna play some X4. What do you think? Maybe. Yeah. Here we are. It's another nice day. Glad you're here. My name is North American Slacker. I stream when I have time. I stream when I can. But today we're gonna hop in. We're gonna play. We're gonna play some X4. And we're probably gonna go late tonight. I'm gonna see how long we can go. Wife and the kids are out of town for the day, so I've got the place to myself. So yeah, let's just jump into the game. Close that window. That's not the window we wanted. And let's see. I think I just saw somebody say hi in chat. Let me try to double check that. No. This one. Let's see. X Please 27, how you doing today? Glad you're here. Alrighty. Alright. We got everything. Are we good? Are we good? We're good. Alright, let's go. Looks like we saved off in Indian, Missouri. I don't remember what I was doing last weekend, so take a moment. But yeah, glad you're here. Glad you're hanging out. And let's see what we're gonna do today. You are well. I am good. I am good. I think today is the day we're gonna start building our fleets and getting them staged. And if we're lucky, we'll maybe do a first attack in a couple hours. So might as well start the war now. Though I do not remember why I was in Missouri. What was I doing over here? I might have been... I've been doing blueprints? Maybe that's what I was doing. What's going on down here? You have the Argonne and the Antigone fighting each other. This is not helpful, guys. I need you to stop doing that. You're vital to my plans. Alright. This outcome... Alright, so... we are focusing on cooperation between the Antigone and the Argonne. And... so, let's see if we can get them to stop fighting each other, because that would help. And then you two are on missions. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at... I don't think we got any missions going on here. No, we got nothing there. Just some story missions that we haven't really done yet. So, yeah, that's fine. Mission offers... just war stuff. Terraforming. Speaking of terraforming, how is terraforming coming? Okay, so we've imported about half the water that we need, so that's good. Let's see how the economy's doing. Oh, that's right. Do I have to fix my shipping first? I have to fix my shipping first. That's right. All right. That's what we're doing today. Gotta fix the shipping. Yeah, so what we were what I was now I remember what I was doing last weekend. I had a ton of ships that were just sitting idle. They're not doing anything, and so we kind of reworked some of this. Oh, well, will you guys go take care of that? The first thing that we did was we made the trading station the place for solid and liquid. We got a ton of space there. All right. Tharkus Cascade. Are ships still going through Tharkus Cascade? Nobody should be going through Tharkus Cascade. Okay. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give every station a small trader. We already have one. Does everybody have one? Everybody has a small trader. Okay, everybody's got a small trader. Helios's, herons, magpies. Yeah, there's always a stuff going on. What you doing these days in your game? What I've been doing is trying to see if I can use blacklists to actually make everything a lot more efficient. All right, let's get off this dock here. I think that's the most important thing right now. Do I even have a ship with me? I don't. All right. Where's the Earl King? I'll just go transfer over to that. Did I miss the Earl King? There you are.
Entering system. Memory of Prophet.
Okay, so I think the first thing to do is probably start getting a couple of carrier groups started. So let's put in some orders. I think I'm gonna want a minimum of 2 carrier groups, but you know what? Let's do 3 carrier groups because the Terrans are really, really protected. You've only got the entrance into space at the asteroid belt and at Neptune. Honestly, control of this gate, I think, is the most important thing there. Because if we can control this gate and can control whoever goes in and out of that gate, the Terrans will starve. All of their ship production is here on this side of the asteroid belt, and there's no resources at all for them. Sure, they've got plenty of, helium and sunlight, but they've got absolutely nothing else. I think control of the asteroid belt is going to be a priority. But I think what I'd like to do is I'd actually like to try to invade in Neptune and maybe do a hit and run attack here and then retreat back through Jupiter and see if we can draw them back here into a large force. So I think I want to have 2 carrier groups come in through Neptune. A smaller force that's going to come, do a hit and run, and try to draw them in out of the asteroid belt. Meanwhile, we're going to have another carrier group hanging out. Oh, either the Void or maybe over here in Getsufune. Yeah, to start over, your ship factory just didn't want to build any ships no matter even if I brought in the resources. Was there any sort of error messages or whatnot? There's a few things that you got to make sure that you do. You got to make sure that you hire a ship trader. Without a ship trader, your shipyard won't build ships. You got to make sure that you've got all the right blueprints. So, for example, if you're missing some of the equipment blueprints, like say thrusters and some stuff like that, I can't build ships. And you got to make sure you have plenty of building drones. That's the other thing too. Is my gosh, I have all of these ships that are just sitting around doing that. Yeah, so when you have drones too, you got to make sure that you also have a good amount of building drones as well. Otherwise, you won't get any ships built either. Let's see. Let's take a look at the money printing station and see how that's going. Everybody's just sitting around. All right, everybody's just sort of here. You know what we're gonna do? Yep. You know, one day I was, yeah, it usually is the simple things. One day I was trying to figure out why why none of my traders were working, and I realized that in one of these blacklists, I had actually blacklisted my own faction. That was kind of embarrassing, because I spent about 3 hours just confused as to why nobody was doing anything. Okay. I think that's not. All right. Now what I think we need to do is let's do 5 of these guys as just wait for commander. Yep. 5. Do another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go put you at this station. Commander. What kind of storage do you have here? You've got... Oh, you've got solid. What do you... Oh, it's full of scrap metal. That's what it is. Okay, that's fine. We do have... Alright, and now we're going to do another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to put 5 down here. So the general thought with this and the way it's all laid out is that each one of these trade stations sort of acts as the central pull for all of the things that are produced in that sector, and then each of the stations really only needs to worry about getting their stuff to and from the station, or from the trade station. We don't want ships that belong to stations traveling through gates. Let's see, that's something you would do. So with this new run, you're gonna play around with the blacklist and wait for the new update. Yeah, I opted into the beta. I tend to do that, partially because I'm impatient, but also I've played so much that I can spot things that don't seem to be working quite right way. So I like being able to go put in some bug reports. Now let's get... Yeah, all of these guys are gonna be yellow at some point. Don't worry about it. It literally takes thousands of hours. Thousands. I think I'm at... Well, let's see what Steam says. 3,474 hours. I do have a life outside of X4. Just not quite sure what it is. All right, let's see here. Everybody's waiting. You know what? I think I actually have way too many ships. So you know what we're gonna do? We're going to make a mothball fleet. We're gonna create a mothball fleet. Now, if one of them's following repeat orders, who's following a repeat order?
Ma'am?
Oh, there you are. What are you buying and selling? Superfluid coolant.
Hello.
Oh, stop what you're doing. And just hold position. Cool. You know what? Honestly, that's why I do it. Feel free to ask anything if something comes to your mind, man. All right, you guys are all gonna follow him, and then you guys are just gonna be a mothball fleet, and I want you guys to just all come and hang there. All right, so this is a rename of the fleet. We want to rename the fleet, and we are Mothball 1. There we go. Mothball fleet. Then we're going to do the same thing with all these magpies. Anybody on a repeat order? Nope. And we're going to have you follow. And you are rename the fleet Mothball 2. Well, fine. Well, okay, so if I spell it out, they're gonna not be in the right order, so that's fine. Rename the fleet 1. Okay. Mothball 2. Come on and hang out here. X4 is your main game. When you have free time, you just find Adulting gets in the way. Yeah. pesky things like jobs and significant others and children and all those wonderful things that just seem to get in your way. I have all these large trade ships. I have too many large trade ships, to be completely honest. Ma'am. You're limited. Are you limited? You are not limited. Oh, but you're the shipyard. You limited. You are limited to Slacker space. Okay.
Awaiting orders.
Yep, you guys can just, I don't know, sit out there. Be happy. We'll call you if we need you. Yep. I remember the first time my wife and I still hadn't gotten, we weren't married yet, but I still remember one of the first times I probably spent a whole Saturday playing X3 and finally come out of the room and she's just like, have you spent all day playing one game? And I kind of looked at her and said, yeah. Mothball 3. There we go. All right. Prometheus flying. Wait. This will at least... All right. These Buffalo. Follow this guy. That's right. Okay. It's coming back to me. So because everything was sitting around and not moving, I decided to take all of the ships away from everybody and then slowly add them back in to try to balance out everything so that I can probably reduce the number of ships that I truly need. Yeah. So easily done. Time flies so quickly. Yep. The ADHD also helps.
Hello there.
Ooh, we have a delivery rate. What were you doing? What were you doing? Oh, you must have bought something. Did you buy something? What did you buy? Did you buy space weed? Yeah, bought space weed. Literally the only thing that this station sells. Everything else is internal. Space weed, space weed, space weed. And they never come by space fuel or Aja dust or anything. Just the space weed. Yeah. Ministry of Finance buying quite a lot of space weed. They're some of my best customers. Looks like. Why is Zyarth using magpies? I don't think I want to know. I don't think I want to know. That's the one thing you want to do, sell space weed where it's banned. So, honestly, build that factory. Don't put any of your traders there. Just have people come to you and buy it. Cops will leave you alone because it's none of your ships that are actually carrying the illegal goods. They don't mind that you produce it there. They mind that you're shipping it. Oh, that's right. And then I was setting these up. Oh, that's right. I should really start getting in the habit of leaving myself Yeah, one of the other things too is, let's see, if we go to the factions, one of the other things that you'll see is here they'll list out their illegal wares. So some places, so like the Argons don't like space weed or space fuel, but they seem to be fine. They don't seem to care one bit about Maja dust, right? Talati, you'll notice the Talati don't have anything illegal goods. But Ministry of Finance, they're the ones that have problems.
Orders.
So you can use that to your advantage as well. You know, then there's Vigor,
Hello there.
food, ice, and water. Screw those guys. Vigor Syndicate, one of these days I will take care of you. Today is not that day. All right.
Awaiting orders.
Awaiting orders. Yep, just, I don't know. Fly casually. Rename the fleet Mothball 4. Then all of these herons. Oh, somebody's on a repeat order. Who's on a repeat order? Are you on a repeat order? How's the new map layout compared to the old it's got a lot more space. At first I didn't think I was going to like it, but on the flip side, it's a little easier to zoom it's easier to kind of just focus in of like, okay, this is second contact and I'm going to focus in on these 3 sectors, and then there's a little gap. So it starts to feel a bit more like clusters, right? You know, so you have these 4 that are a little cluster, right? But really it's just more, there's more space. If I had to guess, part of the reason they did that was to give them room to start squeezing in more sectors inside of the map instead of having to make the map continue to expand outward. That would be my guess. Like this whole section right here in between between what used to be the Holy Order and the God Realm space, like, you know, we might see some stuff pop in here, maybe some stuff here. But yeah, I'm getting used to it. I didn't think I would, but oh, a Tikva setting up shop in Silent Witness. You are very high off the plane. Greetings. All right, back to what we were doing. Are you my guy on a repeat order? You are. What are you buying and selling? All parts. All right, fine. Anybody else on a repeat order? Oh. Now here, and follow commander here. You're not a convoy. You are now Mothball 5. You are Mothball 5. Mothball 5. You can be Mothball 6. Mothball 5. You guys can all come and wait here. I always found it hard to find a specific sector. Hope they find a section thingy. So you should be able to Argon Prime, and then if you see what it kind of did is it kind of darkened everything else and then highlighted Argon Prime. We'll probably do that again. Oh, yep, see everything brighten back up again. So let's see, we want to find Mars. Yep, everything dimmed again, and then Mars kind of highlights out a little bit. So the search bar up here, it's not terribly intuitive, but it can actually do some pretty cool stuff. Like you can type in a ship ID here. So BZQ 398. And now if we go back up to where I have a ton of ships, you'll see that it is hiding all ships. Yep, hidden in plain sight. That might as well define X4 as that. And there we are. BZQ. So that's his boss, and that's him. So there we go. And then yeah, as soon as you clear that, everything comes back on the overview. So yeah, this search is it's really powerful, and I don't use it nearly as much as I should. I will do the scroll around till I find the thing I'm looking for. All right, was that the last? Okay. Now let's take a look at what we've got. That's 60, 90, 120. My gosh, we've got so many trade ships. We've got way more trade ships than we need. You never used it, but we'll know. Yeah, awesome. All right, let's see. Ma'am. All right. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take everybody away except Hatikva's, because you guys are responsible for just trucking everything out. Antimatter cells. 5. And then we'll probably get some more of you guys. Oops. I don't want to do that. L2. Belt meats. Sell for the lowest price possible. There you go. 5, 4, and 3. Alright, so you have sell for that. Sell for that. Really, is there no Computronic substrate at Slacker Station? We might just not have any right now. No, we don't have any. Okay, let's get a couple of Get a couple of carriers
Make
under
sure you
order.
install the
Oh,
engine
shush.
on the ship that you intend to race with.
And you know what? Let's just go insane. Let's go Raptors. There's my Raptor layout. And screw it. Let's just go 4. Only 13,000 hull parts, but there you go. Okay. Okay, drone components.
Hello.
What is the behavior inspection supposed to do? I have tried it, but I never figured out how it works. Okay, so behavior inspection mode is actually a really, really cool tool. So let's pause real quick. And so let's just look at this guy right here, right? He's got a failed order. We're kind of like, what's going on? You know, he's set for metallic microlattice, but he's just sitting here, doesn't know what to do. So if we go to behavior inspection mode, now we're going to start seeing things from this ship's perspective. So the first thing that is really useful is if you look at the sector name. Let's see. This ship is probably not the best one. Let's find a different ship. Let's do this one. I want to do the behavior inspection mode for this guy. Let's see. So right here. Okay, so we picked that guy. We can see that ship will not travel into this sector because the blacklist slacker space only is being applied to that ship. If you wanted to go in a little deeper and you're like, why aren't you delivering stuff to the split wharf? Oh, well, because there's a blacklist that says slacker space only and there's no trade offer matching that ship. So the behavior inspection mode really is just really, really useful on helping you just debug, why is this ship not doing what I think it's supposed to? If we do a behavior inspection mode on this guy, let's see here. It's probably because this ship or this station is full up, so it just doesn't want to buy anymore. So he's full of ore, and basically none of these ships have trade offers, so it's not going to go drop any of those off. And then its travel restriction won't let it leave the space. So yeah. And it doesn't work, and it doesn't just work for your ships, right? Like you can do I thought you could do, can you do, maybe you can't. Hey, Commander Peter. The Empire is going well. We have just kicked off 3 Raptor builds because we're starting to build out our invasion fleet. But glad you're here. Glad you're here. Hope your weekend is doing good. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of this sell order. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that sell order. Finish that, and then it won't do it again. 3. For this, and this. So the current plan right now is that there's a dedicated large transport whose only job is to truck parts from this trade station to the Hatikva Choice trade station, and then the rest of these the rest of this mothball fleet, I'm going to distribute across all of the trade stations. Yep. Yeah, I think I can. Yep, I can go into behavior inspection mode too. Right? How come nobody's buying from my trade station? Well, it's because I have a trade rule that says only sell to Slacker Space Discount Emporium. Applied. So yeah. Ooh, we got some silicon carbide coming. This list doesn't look like that list. Oh, I must not have finished setting those up. Well, we can fix that. We'll fix that in a few minutes.
Awaiting orders.
So what we were doing, we were going through. I used to have these guys going around to all the trade stations out here, but they're spending way too much time making the runs out to the far ends of space. We're just going to ask them not to do that anymore. Yeah, a lot of layers. A lot of layers. I think one of the things, though, that is nice is that you're not forced to interact with any of them. You're going to buy Rebirth? Awesome! It's on sale. I did not play Rebirth when it came out. I kind of sat on it. And to be honest, I kind of just skipped it. Oh yeah, it's on sale for only $5.99 on Steam. Yeah. $9.99 and you get the 2 DLCs. That's US currency. Freedom bucks. But yeah. Earlier this year, I completed the main plot in Rebirth. It was okay. What's interesting about Rebirth is you can see that all of the ideas that ended up making X4, like they all have their seeds inside of Rebirth, right? You know, actually hiring captains and sending captains to do the trading for you. You're not doing the trading. You know, there's just so many little things that were in Rebirth that eventually made it to X4, and it's a lot more polished over here, or it's had a chance to get iterated a few times and made a lot better. You know. It's an interesting game. I think the thing that actually hurts Rebirth more is its plot, because there's some there's bits and pieces of the universe that are kind of gated behind doing certain plot things, and so you feel compelled to run forward with the plot and keep running forward with the plot. And then it doesn't do a good job of telling you, hey, ignore the main plot for a little while now and just build your universe, and build yourself up. It doesn't do such a terribly good job of that. It is. X Rebirth was exceedingly ambitious. You know, X3's economy was still slightly just sort of simulated. You know, it was like slightly simulated. It wasn't fully simulated. Like supply and demand kind of did this, but like, I don't know, it's hard to explain because it's been quite a few years since I've actually focused on the X3 economy. But you know, X Rebirth was the first time that they tried the no, let's do the whole simulated economy all the way up through the shipbuilding. It gives you nausea on the VR. I don't even attempt to play VR with the glasses and the astigmatism. That's never gonna happen. I want to leave the behavior inspection mode. Okay. So I think what this is telling me now. Tried the X3 something. Yeah, it does take getting used to. Yeah, it just, you know, it's cool. But it's like the wares that you are transporting, like, oh, you're feeling an artificial need, I think, less than an actual need. Yes. I don't know. Wow, it takes it takes over half an hour to build a Raptor. That's pretty wild. Okay. Now I have all of these guys. What are you guys doing? You guys are all just sitting there? Okay. We're gonna take you. And we're gonna take you. And you. And you. And you. And you. And you. Let's see what we have here. You have hydrogen, and you have any subordinates? You do have a subordinate. You have a very tiny ship. Guess what? Congratulations. You get paid for commander. Graphene refinery. You get a gas miner as a trader. You're my scrap processor. You can just keep going. Silicon refinery. You gas. You can get this guy as a trade ship. Very cool. Helium refinery. And you can trade for the commander. And you're the ore refinery, ice refinery. I think you can be commander. Okay. Microlattice. Guess what? You get a trader. Yep. What are you? I mean, you're just gas. Oh, you're a mineral. Guess what? You can go there. Wait for commander. There we go.
Ma'am.
You can just go join the Mothball fleet here. You see the inspection mode now? Yeah. Game changer. If you're sitting there trying to figure out why isn't the station doing what I want, or why is this trader just sitting there, the behavior inspection mode was a huge win. Antimatter converters. None to buy. You tell me there's no antimatter converters at the trade station at all? Oh. No, there aren't. Are there any coming in? No, there are not. Aha, okay. So this was the other thing that we were doing. Right. Shipyard trade station. Okay, you have exactly 10 mediums doing what you need to do. You've got mediums. You've got mediums. And you've got mediums. What are you waiting to build? Oh. Impressed with Egosoft. You got the game just before 6.5 and the improvement since then is amazing. Yep. Honestly, that is it's one of the reasons why I think they have as strong of a community as they do. They've got a real commitment to the game. You know, it's not like somebody's just going to drop a game and then 3 months later say, that's it, that's the last update. Too bad. You know, there's not a live service behind the scenes that can, that'll, you know, shut down. And yeah, I've been playing their games since X2, and I've pretty much watched them do this through all of their games. You know, at launch, a little rough, not gonna lie, but you know, they're a very small team. For a number of years, I'm not even sure they were more than 20 for quite a few years. And so being able to do something that with this much depth and whatnot with a small team like that is also really nice. Now, you are actually selling 20 advanced composites. I am glad that we have I could update the heads and the hands of the humanoid characters. Yeah. Not really their thing, that's for certain. Alright, so let's go check out the advanced composites. Let's work our way backwards, because I think advanced composites is going to teach us some stuff. How much advanced composites are in here? We are absolutely filled with advanced composites here. So it's not a shortage of advanced composites. How much are you buying? Oh, you're only buying 978. Well, I think what that means is we probably just need to build more storage. X5 for co-op. I've gone back and forth on co-op a lot. I gotta admit, I would love to be able to like have my kids and myself just all like flying ships at the same time. That would be really, really cool. I've heard the head of Ubisoft talk about multiplayer versus the single player, and one of the things that he's talked about a lot is the moment you go multiplayer, you kind of have to really, really nerf and control player progression, right? You know, because this is single player, you can go from nothing to having an empire and being like to the point where like money doesn't bother you, and you know, if you know what you're doing and you know things, you know, not too many hours. And so you'd almost have to eliminate that as one of the core game components, and he sort of feels like that kind of that would mean whatever game that wasn't an X Universe game, right? Because to him, it's the being able to build up to be a faction level is sort of like that's at the core of this game. So yeah, I mean, I've heard him talk about it and whatnot. I just he's only buying 20 at a time? Why are you only buying 20 at a time? And where are you buying it from? Oh, that's what you're doing. You're selling 20 to... That's what you're doing. Well, do you have a subordinate that you are... 'Cause we can fix that. You have no subordinate. Well, let's fix that. Let's fix that. Yeah, you again, like if you did it with like, you know, just the flight and the combat and stuff, you know, that's one game, right? But it would definitely be different. Okay. Mothball fleet. I'll just do one of these Prometheuses. And you need to trade for this commander. All your stuff is there. What have you got? You got 2 weapon components. Wow, why are you stuck like that? I'm gonna trade with you. What? You have 2 weapon components. You have 6 of the 9 weapon components. Do you even have any trade offers? No, you don't. Fine. You transfer wares. You have... Oh, your space is full. Oh, you're way over on missile components. That's what your problem is. Yeah. Pro tip, don't overfill your auxiliaries. If you do, they can get a little weird with running out of space. All right, we'll just, I don't know, we'll take a bunch of those off. We'll confirm that. And then transfer wares. There you go. And then I think weapon components. Oh, just you're gonna need them. Yep, you need them. Okay. What have we got going forward? Buying it. Okay, good. Do we need more space here? No, we got plenty of space. We don't need more storage. We need more shipping. That's what we need. Okay. Okay. All right, you're gonna trade for commander, and then
Awaiting orders.
automatic. So here's what so the other thing that I'm doing. One of the reasons I'm doing all of this is to kind of learn and feel my way through some of these really deep configuration options. So like, it used to be that you could just turn this on automatic, but you couldn't uncheck this, so that the trader they were looking through all the trades for all of the things. And so this is an attempt. Oh, at least one ware has to be expended. I have advanced composites, your advanced electronics. Perfect. You are Slackers Sanctuary Transport for advanced. Let's see. Oh, you know what? We should also put in another order here. We're just gonna put in a wickedly huge
Install the engine mod on the ship
order.
that you intend to race with.
My Chimera heavy fighters. These guys are pretty awesome. Combat engines, 2 thermal disintegrators, 2 tau accelerators, and a plasma cannon. These are amazing at just tearing and ripping through ships. I don't know. Give me 100. Oh, I didn't want to do that.
Make sure you install the engine mod on the ship.
We're gonna have so many chimeras running around. It's also going to be kind of hilarious. Shopping trip. 200. $300. And 400. And confirm. All right, we've got 4 Raptors building. We've got 400 Chimeras building. We'll worry about sort of some medium ship killing power. We've got an Asgard that we can take with us. Yep, you're hanging here. So yep. Let's go back to what we were doing. I want to assign you here.
Ma'am.
Ma'am. What is better or cheaper for wars? So, every ship is a trade-off, right? If I go and I say, let's take a look at my Chimera.
Engine mod on the ship that you intend to race with.
We'll just do my Chimera loadout. And then let's find another good heavy fighter.
That you intend to race with.
The Quasar. There we go. And let's just do high presets and confirm. Right. So everything here is it's all trade-offs, right? So the Chimera, it's got a lot more shield, a lot more burst output here, but the Quasar is going to be a lot more maneuverable, right? So it's got a strafe speed and a strafe acceleration that is a lot bigger. So it's not so much better or cheaper, but it is picking the right role and then picking the loadout for that role, right? One of the things that I got kind of trapped in at one point was trying to find the perfect ship that could do everything. And so instead start coming up with different loadouts for different roles. You have an interceptor, you have bombers for big things. After all, I think the best advice I can give is don't aim to try to min-max it at all, because if you go into the Discord or you go into the forum or anywhere, everyone's going to give you their own opinion as to what they think the best loadout is and why that loadout is superior to all other loadouts. You can ignore all of them. Does the ship look cool? And did it survive? Those are your metrics, right? Because you always want to have a cool looking ship, but more importantly, did it survive what it needed to do? And if even if the ugliest ship there with the weirdest loadout survived, well, then it was the right ship. Really come in here. Like one of the things to think about is just coming in here and learning what the different versions of these things are. So let's look at Argon Plasma for instance.
Hello.
So its weapon output 1029, and let's compare that to the Boron one. Is also 1029, right? But shield damage of 75 versus 48. So the Paranid Plasma on a just raw damage output almost double the output. But if we come down here, it's got a rotation speed of 19 degrees a second, whereas the Argon one has a rotation speed of 39 degrees a second. So the Argon turret's going to be able to spin faster and acquire its target a lot faster than the Paranid Plasma, right? So again, what is the role that you think the ship is going to play, right? If it's a station killer, where you want to just kind of drive it in real close and just throw a lot of station, Paranid Plasma is probably going to be your best choice, because you just get in and now each one's got double that damage. But if you want it to be more of, say, a ship that's going to like protect your carrier, your Argon Plasma may actually be a better one, because as the ships are flying all around it and the turrets need to turn around and acquire, that additional rotational speed is going to be totally a total game changer, because the Paranid ones are just going to turn too slow. If we look at the split ones, they also turn pretty good. They get 1.2 rounds per second. Like Terran and Holy Order ships, yeah. I like the Paranid ships. The Paranid ships look sleek. Same with the Terran ships. They both look really, really sleek. Argon look like they were built for function. Same with Talati. Talati looks like they all look like they were just built for function. The Talati plasma is just slow and the damage is kind of weak. I think they have an 8 range. Yeah. Hyperion, that is a great ship. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Anyway, what were we doing? Oh yeah, we were doing this. So I think we want antimatter cells. That's what we want. Advanced composites. Where are you right now? What are you doing? You're... Okay, right there. Bringing more advanced electronics in. Ooh, and there's none there. That's very nice. Okay. You guys just keep doing you. And I would love it if Egosoft made a DLC where we could create our own ship styles. That would be very interesting. Trying to think how they would do it inside of the engine. That would be interesting. I'd like to see more research options for, say, mods. Right? You've got all those ship mods and whatnot. And I think it would be cool if you could use Bozo to do research for even better mods, right? Like, they're going to be a huge investment, right? Again, we're talking late game type stuff, but like, you've got a research scientist. Why shouldn't you be having him develop better equipment mods? Better equipment mods, or just like variants of standard equipment, right? So like you could a variant of the MK2 combat engine, right, that had some slightly different stats or something. That'd be kind of neat. Matter converter. Right, cool. would be interesting even for your own Xenon ship builds. Yeah, I'd like to be able to do that. I captured an H, and then I thought that that gave me the blueprint to unlock it, and then when I lost it, I was kind of upset that I couldn't go and just build myself a replacement. I'd like to, And I'm fine with, no, you gotta go capture the ship, and then you gotta dump a ton of resources into, like, tearing it down. Like, you'll lose the ship, right? But that would be kind of cool, right? You know, it's like... Because that's kind of what you would do in real life, right? You would go out, you would do this mission, you would steal a ship from the enemy, pull it back, and then the first thing you do is you just tear it down to its bolts, right? Tear it all the way down, and then you know how to turn around, and then at that point you'd be able to then build your own. I think would be cool, and I think there's mods out there that do that. In fact, I'm almost positive there are mods out there that let you reverse engineer ships. I don't play with mods, so that's... To the show! Now let's see if there... Let's see. X4 mod reverse engineer ship reverse engineering. Ascension adds an option to player-owned shipyards to analyze docked ships you own. You destroy it, but then you learn the blueprints from it. So yeah, you can go buy a ship, bring it back home, tear it down. Yeah, that looks pretty, yeah, that looks a lot like what I was thinking about. Like a lot of these mods, I would love to see some of these ideas and concepts just get baked into the core game. I think those would be cool. All right, you're going to trade for commander. And you're going to trade electronics. You found something that can be researched for Xenon. Can't remember where, but it was one of the 10 locks locker. That might have been... So, I know when you capture the H, there's Xenon special equipment. There's that one, and that lets you basically build the missing equipment. So, like, if you go capture an H, and say it's missing turrets and other things like that, this research will let you then build those attachments. Oop, our first Raptor has been built. Let's have him come stage down here. Oh my gosh, we're just gonna have this is gonna be this is just gonna be a monster fleet. I love it. This is gonna be fun. Back to assigning traders. This is really fun. Computronic substrate. Computronic substrate. All right. I want to watch you for a second. Why? Why aren't you? Oh, it's because you have this guy. Oh. Join them instead.
Awaiting orders.
Computronic substrate. And then now you should be going and getting a gigantic order. Please tell me it's gonna be. Well,
Awaiting orders.
we will hope. Trade for commander. And then we're gonna come through. What was the last one we did? I think it was Computronic substrate. Yep. Oh, I got two of them. No. Yeah. SST Claytronics. And then you. For drone components. Programming note. In about an hour, I'm probably going to take a 10 to 15 minute break. I've got cats that need to be fed and whatnot, so that'll be coming up probably after the top of the next hour. So and after that, once the cats are taken care of, I think I have the rest of the night to myself. Drone components. There we go. Greetings. Where am I? Oh, we're hanging outside Memory Prophet. Cool. Here, just go pick. I don't know, go collect those drops. I've selected 50 objects. Cool. Guess what? You're all gonna go here. At least for the moment. There we go. Thank you. Yep. Oh, look at that. Now, this guy right here. Absolute.
Can I help?
There you go.
Over and out.
At least now you're a 3-star captain.
Game saved.
One of the nice things about what we've done, so the plan is to take over the Terran space. The nice thing is that on this side, we've got the Xenon at our back door, meaning there's no way the Terrans are going to be able to work their way through here and attack me from the rear. Meanwhile, so that really means that their only other option is to come through here, which I think is going to be a lot more defensible, because they're going to have to kind of work their way all the way out through here. So I think we're in a pretty good position if we can stage ourselves well. They don't have a really good way of coming and making my life difficult. So I appreciate that. One of the nice things about setting up shop in a backwater. Trade for commander. What are you gonna trade? Whoever's after drone components. You're gonna trade energy cells. That's gonna be great. Alright, you are our energy cells. Okay. Engine parts. You know what? Okay, when we get... Alright, we're gonna wait till we get 100. Yeah, we're gonna put we'll put 100 Chimera on each one. And then we'll have them, start heading across the galaxy. Cadet. It was good to suck to you. Energy parts. Engine parts. Energy parts. Bum. The other mod that I really would like Egosoft to add into the base game is the custom tabs mod. The custom tabs mod adds a bunch more tabs over here that you can set up your own filters and whatnot. I wish that was in the base game too. The reason I've been focused so much on a vanilla playthrough is that I want to basically unlock everything in a budgeted game, where the budgeted game starts. Kind of been my kind of been my mission for the last year and a half. And then one of these days, maybe I'll check out one of the overhaul mods. Maybe Star Wars. Trader are for field coils. There we go. Alright. Field coils. Signed here. No trades? Why?
Hello.
Why? Alright, how many Claytronics are here? There's tons of Claytronics over there. You shouldn't be sitting here going, I don't know what to do. Besides, you have a oh, but you don't need Claytronics. That's why you're just sitting there. That explains it. Yeah, this will work. All right. Let's. All right, so we've got our fighter core being built. So let's talk about.
Make sure you install the engine mod on the ship that you intend to race with.
Sokas are pretty decent station killers. Kind of fun doing that. Odysseus. Phoenix. The older Phoenix Vanguards. The stubby one. Ooh. You know what? I want 4 Sapporos. 1 Sapporo supporting each carrier group, because I think that would be great. Let's do that. All around, we're gonna get the Frontier engines in the top spots. We're gonna get the launcher. Our electromagnetic turrets. And there we go. There's that. Get all the softwares.
Ma'am?
And then that's gonna be, we'll just do 230 each. $230 each on our missiles. I'm gonna want 3 missile, 3 repair, 3 cargos. And then go ahead, we'll get captain 84 of those.
Hello there.
And 100 laser towers. Okay. Let's save this. Town Emporium. There we go. And we will go ahead and just give me 4 of those. And then it is a nice looking ship. It's also got the largest radar range. So if you have a Sapporo out on the battlefield and you look at its radar range, I think it's got an 80 kilometer range when most only have like 40. I think I still have one in one of my fleets. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see here. No, you're just an air wing. You're more air wing. Nope, not you. Ah, here we go. So yeah, his radar range goes all the way out this far, whereas if we just look at the Earl King, a lot closer. Yeah, Sapporo is not somebody you put up front, but you definitely put them in the rear. They've got missiles for days, and they'll just sit in the back. And my hope is this one will just park them up pretty close to the carriers, and have them just launching missiles as support. All right, back to our shipping problem. Oh, I already signed one of you. All right, let's do that. Let's get you. All right, we've done field coils. What are you doing? What do you even have? Oh, it's because you have spices. So you've already decided to sell your spices. Okay, cool. And then you can start picking up, we're gonna figure that out. I think what we'll do is we will create a, one of the problems with the defend order, and one of the reasons why it bugs me, is that say a station gets a stray shot onto the ship, on say the carrier, well then everything set to defend is going to start screaming into the station, right? Which is just like not what I want them to do. I think part of what this is gonna do is also let us play around with some different configurations and see what works best.
Hello there.
All right, shipyard. Okay, good. You're okay. Good. Yes, I agree. Will be nice to see. Oh, look at that. They're all landed. Very nice and pretty. How many more are we? Hey, it's another 49. So guess what? You're going to attack with the commander here. And there you go. There's your 100th. Yep. All right, cool. What? Oh. Wait. Slacker core. Guess what? My friend, you made a horrible mistake. Well, guess what, boys? You get your first assignment. Oh, yeah. They made a mistake. They'll live to regret it. Or maybe not. Maybe they won't live to regret it. Plus, this attack group is going to come in and keep them tied down. You also need to enable lost ship replacement. There we go. Very much so. See how long it takes for this guy to get moving. Okay. Oh, he launched. How dumb. He launched fighters. Well, at this point, I'm here to watch this. What's my frame rate doing? 104? Got frame generation going on. So anyway, all of these have sort of the same loadout. They've got plasmas, they've got disintegrators, and tau accelerators. So oh, they're trying to get away. They're trying to run. I think. All right. Do I need to? Oh, the other thing that I should do. The other thing I should do is I should actually. Oh, it already is hostile. Oh. Oh, cool. My wife and kids are at a concert tonight, so they're off having fun. All right, they're coming back at you. Oh, okay. So it looks like they've lost one. There we go. We just pulled him out of travel drive again. Here we go. No, not you, Siri. At this point, what I would like you to do is think back on all of the decisions you've made in your life and figure out how you got yourself in this position. It was a series of very, very dumb decisions, and I want you, Captain Rattlesnake, to think and reflect on those in the last few moments of your life. Because when it's time to kill, it's time to overkill.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah. I don't even think the rattlesnake. Oh no, the rattlesnake definitely hasn't made it. Hello, how far did you make it? Oh, there you are. Cool. There we go. You guys are gonna go take care of that. Does look like we lost 2. Oh, we might have lost 4. Oh, no. You lost all... Oh, okay. Nope. We may have just been this small group that we lost 2 from. You have... And you do have... Sweet. Their replacements are coming in 7 minutes. Well, no, those replacements are probably coming way at the end of all these chimeras. You know what we can do?
Go ahead, scan.
All of these guys need... They need some skills. So you know what we're going to tell them to do? Or tell them to come down here. And you... first, I want you to... get supplies. Yep. Well, get supplies. You'll get all those. And then, if you have no other orders, I'm going to want you to protect position. And I'm going to want you to protect the gate. I want you to protect the gate. Thank you very much. What this will do is basically train these pilots up like crazy. Because if we just look at, oh, I don't know, let's look at this guy right here. He's a 3-star pilot. He's a 3-star pilot. He's almost a 3-star pilot. I haven't trained any of these guys. Instead, I've stuck I've stuck this particular Zeus on protect position, and basically these guys just go back and forth and they skill up all day long. Same thing up here. This fleet up here, full of just nice highly qualified pilots. I'm not sitting around giving each one of them a seminar, that's for certain. Time check, 5:30. Okay. How are we doing? Is the second Raptor built yet?
Awaiting orders.
We have a rattlesnake. Oh, looks like we still got... Yeah, it's gonna be a while. That's a lot of hull parts. It's okay. Let's do 100. Hundred into fours, or should we do hundreds into fives? It's 25 wings. 25 wings of 5, and then we can do 5 different... Yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Attack with commander. 1, 2, 3, 4. Attack with commander. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the other thing that I would... one area of the game that I really think also needs some real thought is when you get an empire this big, it's really hard to manage things, right? Like I have got 91 pages of personnel, right? It's really hard to move them around as groups. Right. You know, I currently own 1,400 ships. You know, this is just, you know, not even, nowhere way is it easy to manage these in mass. So it would be great if they could, maybe think about doing some of that in the UI. I think about a year ago they had a position open about a year ago for a new UI designer. So I'm really hoping that they found somebody who's been able to come up with some really clever and neat ideas for improving the UI. I know a lot of people don't like the UI. I'm okay with it. Part of it is I'm not a UI designer, so I don't know how I would do it better. I'm a software engineer, but I do everything. All of my stuff is behind the scenes, back end stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can attack for commander in the beta group. 1, 2, 3, 4. Attack for commander. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yep. Oh, kind of like in Hearts of Iron, right? Where your general kind of takes over organizing and doing some of that stuff, right? One, two, three, and four. Yeah, yeah. Right, so we have 5 of 5. Wait, so if we do 5 of 5, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yep, that's what I want. I want 25 each wing. This is what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, tell them what you want to focus on, or, you know, like this, you know, hey, here's how I want your wings set up, right? Now, I will say with the lost ship replacement, this has become a lot better because, yeah, it's going to take me a while to get this particular thing set up. But once it's set up and it's kind of shaped the way that I like it, Lost Ship Replacement's going to do a pretty decent job keeping it the way I want it. Unlike having to go back and do that yourself all the time. Every time you lose a ship. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you guys can go attack with Commander in the... Back with Commander in Gamma. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Now.
Private. Commander? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, like another thing, like being able to save a fleet, that would be really cool, right? You know, getting a fleet, you know, fitted out, configured the way you want, and then saving that so that you can then say, I want 5 of those fleets. But that would be really cool. And then these guys can all attack with Commander in Delta. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Back here. Yeah, because we'll have 4 groups of 5. Oop, that's not what I wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should stick some, we're gonna need 4 auxiliaries. So I should get those ordered. I am certain that all of these ideas are on whiteboards and, you know, whatever software tracking system they're using, be it Jira or whatever, right? I'm sure all of these are all things that I'm certain they've all talked about wanting to do. You know, And it's only recently that they've been able to begin to hire a lot more staff. And so I'm noticing a lot of little quality of life things start to come through, and I'm hoping that that's a side effect of the fact that they've been able to bring on a few more engineers, and so they're able to have a little bit more bandwidth to do some of these things. All right. Here's all the chimeras for our next fleet. Where are you right now? Can I tell this guy to... Nope. You can't trade for commander there. What are you doing? Oh. I see what it's doing. It is. Sitting right there. Cool. All right. All right, we got a little while before the rest of this
Ma'am?
comes. Cadet. You go get me some coffee.
Hello.
Hello there. But yeah, I've kind of settled on this Chimera as kind of just a... It's a decent all-rounder. You know, it's... And it's kind of a swarm mentality. I've hit the point where money doesn't matter anymore. Hello. I am curious, just what's going on. All right. Okay. Oh, I bet we lost another one of our agents. Well, that kind of sucks. You can see a few new story missions added too. Yeah. This overhaul to diplomacy has been something that I have really wanted for quite a while. I wanted another way to kind of just push factions. You know, I kind of wanted a reward for getting your faction rep up to like 30, right? Where you could like start calling them in to parts of your wars and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to see if this goes through any more changes. You know what? We're just gonna cultivate influence. I need you to skill up. I don't know. Yep. Go hang out with the ministry. You need to... Likelihood of success guaranteed. So you're not gonna die. Do that. Let's take a look at our... Can't wait till the update comes out. Yeah. Yeah, my guess... You know, so we're now into August. My guess is that for the next couple of weeks, we're probably not gonna see much. Oh, we got 8 minutes. So we're probably not going to see much more on the beta side for at least a couple of weeks. My guess is that a good chunk of the team is probably taking advantage of their August breaks and whatnot. My guess, September. My guess would be mid-September. We'll see both this update come out and then the next DLC. Really, the moment they announce what the next DLC is, we know we're really close. They usually don't. They really don't announce details on like the DLCs and other stuff like that. So they've gotten pretty close. But I think, yeah, my guess is September. That'd be my. That'd be what I'm willing to at least put money on. It's just gonna take time. Okay, let's get the rest of these traders set up. They like keeping us on our toes. I'm actually impressed. So this year, if you think about it, this year we've gotten a complete overhaul of the flight model. We got the Hyperion pack, which added a few more sectors. And we've got the entire overhaul of the diplomacy. And then we got another pack that's coming. You know, they haven't told us anything that's about it, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was related to the diplomacy update. You know, add more things there. That would be my guess. Plus you can go and you can see what the new achievements are, and one of the achievements kind of hinted at what might be coming. So, but yeah, and then I'm really looking forward to what the plans are for next year. I'll be honest, I don't think they're working on X5 beyond maybe just some ideas. We've had major overhauls of the graphics systems and the light systems and all of these other things that, to be honest, if you were working on your next thing, I don't think you would have spent a lot of time putting it into this game. Though I could be wrong. They released 3 games on the X3 engine. So they could completely surprise me. X Rebirth and X4 share the same underlying engine. Oh. Yeah. Alright, what did we say we were? Is graphene. I don't actually need graphene down here, but might as well. Maybe we'll set up another everyone's moving now. All right, we are starting. This is what I was figuring would eventually happen. Microchips, medical supplies. We've got a real lack of medical supplies. Medical supplies factory. Well, it's not a problem at the factory. Well, I mean, we're out of water, but okay. You work for him. And then that last buffalo can also go working for him. Ministry of Finance, where were you when the Fallen Families were over here spoofing your IDs? You know, could have come over. He could have helped us. You have sunrise flowers. You've got nothing, and you've got soybeans. So yeah, you can just do everything. Did you decide to do? You decided to buy advanced composites and then sell them in Slacker's Gambit. Okay. Buying them in Slacker's Core from the trade station, and you're gonna sell them down here. Good. You think it's funny that I have the Yaki patrolling my space? How are we doing down here? Holding on. Holding on. Rip Raleigh. You must have hit the tide. All right, we've had steady profits over the last 20 hours. 360 million in about 20 hours. And that's pretty impressive. There are 68 ships docked at here. We may need to... Yep, I think it's time. You guys, y'all gotta... at least move away. You guys are gonna come here, fly away. It was stocking up on EMP bombs and steal the blueprints this run. Can't be spending millions on blueprints. EMPs, but also consider diplomacy. Oh, your vent. Oh no. Your agent focused on cooperation. The diplomatic event revolted. Focused on escalation. Well, that... Wow, I failed on both of these, which has been driving them down. Wow. This is interesting. Yeah. Huh. All right, we're going to keep trying. But some of the actions that you can do also, stealing blueprints from ships, stealing module blueprints, so there's a lot more, there's more options. You can send agents to go out and steal blueprints from you as well, so that you're not the one that has to go out and actually do that. I swear if all 100 of you guys tell me that you're just awaiting orders, I'm gonna scream. Okay.
Awaiting orders.
I know you're awaiting orders. Don't tell me that you're waiting for orders. I don't care. All right. You know, you can always opt in. We're at beta 4, and beta 4 is usually really stable by this point. I don't expect any other majorly crazy bugs showing up. You know, standard device applies though. Back up the save before you play it, just in case. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. All right, Heron, you're gonna trade for the commander. And then graphene and ink. Trade with you. Oh, this is part of the fleet that performed the heist. That's right. We did a big heist. That's right. All right. Graphene, hull parts. So I'm gonna skip Maja Dust on this big guy. I don't care about Maja Dust. What I really care about is actually medical supplies. I really care about medical supplies. I don't have enough of them, and I think that's what's gonna bring my economy crashing. Okay, folks. Let's get this guy renamed. Okay. Yeah, if you're brand new, at this point, I'll be honest, if you're not using mods, because that's the one thing that's not going to work. If you're going full vanilla, the beta's probably at a good point that you can probably jump into it and see what it's about. Because yeah, it's gonna be coming in a couple
Hello.
in a month. One of the really nice things though is you don't have to worry about like starting a new game when it drops. They always integrate with existing saves. You're never stuck in a position of saving compatibility or anything like that. So yeah, I see a lot of people ask, should I wait to start till after the new version drops? And it's like, no, if you want to start on stable and wait. But not gonna hurt you once it releases. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. I got a couple of cats that are very, very hungry right now and want me to feed them. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna set the live stream here view. We're gonna watch the raptor do his business. And like I said, give me 10-15 minutes and I'll be back. But if you're hanging out, definitely appreciate it. If you like what you see, consider following. And yeah. This has been one you've always been impressed by X4. Yeah, like I said, it scratches a very specific itch, and I love it. That's right. I have parented crew on split ships. That's fun. All right, like I said, give me about 15 minutes or so. We'll be back, and we'll be back for more X4, but we'll leave you here. Watch this guy get his stuff done. Take it easy. Be back. All right, folks, I am back, but I brought my dinner with me. So you know what? I'm gonna sit here. Let's see if we can fix that chat there a little bit. Actually make it, you know, line up with Alright, I want to bring this to the top. There we go. We'll do that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you've don't know where it is in your part of the world, but sit here and at least eat a little food, and you know, if anyone wants to chat while we're doing that, go right ahead. Yeah, today was it was a really nice day here. Got the lawn mowed, and in the UK, cool. I have never been to the UK. Kind of been on my list of things that I wanted to do. You from the London area? Are you kind of out other parts? I mean, I'm assuming like London is a ginormous metro area, so like saying like I'm close to London is like, yeah, it could be like 500-mile radius or something. Got some good old comfort mac and cheese. This is what happens when the wife leaves me alone. But yeah. My oh, closer to Wales? Okay. Yeah, I think if I understand my family history correctly, my ancestors, again, we're talking like 1700s, right? So this is not just like, oh, grandma and grandpa, but I think they came from like the Newcastle area, I want to say. I've always thought about kind of going back there and kind of seeing what it's about. Ooh, friend of mine. You know what? Okay. This is cool. So a friend of mine, he's also got the night free, and yeah, north parts, I guess. Again, like I know where England is, and I know where London is if I looked at a map. But like, if you named a city, I couldn't say like what part of the country that was necessarily. You know, like, oh, like Birmingham, right? I don't know where Birmingham is in relation to like London or anything like that. But I just had a friend who suddenly says he's free tonight. So my X4 may actually be wrapping up early tonight. Because he's suddenly free when he wasn't, he didn't think he was going to be free. So, so I think we'll probably, I get in the mid part of England. Okay. Yeah, okay. So like, okay, so I'm visualizing England, right? London, very much kind of centered in sort of that southeast corner where kind of like the Thames goes. I know Cornwall is going to be like way down south. And I know more about UK geography because I play Crusader Kings 3 than I've actually studied the country, which I think is also I think it's a fair way to learn the geography of the country. Because yeah, York is going to be kind of up near the closer towards the north. Like, I'm in the States, obviously. Like, okay, now I gotta. All right, so how far is it from London? London to North Newcastle. London to Newcastle. London to Newcastle. Runner Cam just followed. Thanks for the follow, Runner Cam. London to Newcastle. I'm just trying to think like from like a distance perspective, right? Lonsdale Drive. No, I want London. London to Newcastle. How many miles is that? Come on, Google, you're not being nice. All right. All right. I use two hands for this. London to Newcastle. Okay, so from London to Newcastle, it says it's 290 miles. At 290 miles up the M1 and the A1. All right. Okay. Manchester and Liverpool are going to be over there. Got Birmingham. Okay, so Birmingham is going to be closer to the border with Wales there, or at least towards that direction. Okay, so 290 miles. That's 300 miles. Okay. Okay. As an American, it's hard to think of like, oh, 300 miles and you've practically driven across the entire length of the country. You know, I grew up in California, and you know, driving from one end of California to the other end of California, going north to south, that's almost a 2-day trip. So it's but isn't Wales? So Wales is filled with castles, right? I think Wales is filled with castles, and I can probably convince my family to go to Wales to go visit castles. Stockton-on-Tees. That's where it is. Stockton-on-Tees is where I think my family is from. Yep, I seem to remember that. Stockton-on-Tees. All right, let's do this. Stayed in Cardiff, and there was a castle in the middle of town. That's cool. I've never been to Quebec City. Or no, Montreal. There's supposed to be a huge castle in the center of Montreal too, and that's on my bucket list. I want to see that at some point as well. I don't know. Well, if I dropped a little Google Man, I don't know, somewhere, I don't know. There. What does it look like? Looks like someone's backyard. Just some dude walking down a road. Oh, wow. This just looks... Oh, wow. This is kind of cool. Good evening, Commander Lorzak. How you doing? We are checking out right now. Let me see if I can window capture this. There we go. So we're kind of just checking out what Stockton-on-Tees looks like. It's because I've been told that, like, my British family or my ancestors are from there. We were in America in 2008 on an army exchange. Oh yeah? I mean, what parts? I mean, whereabouts? California, Texas, something like that. We're doing good, Commander Lorzak. I'm taking a food break here and just kind of letting the universe run in the background. West Virginia and Washington? Oh, West Virginia. I'm so glad you got to see West Virginia. West Virginia is one of the prettiest states, in my opinion. We've driven through it lots of different times, going to places and whatnot. West Virginia is just gorgeous. Now, when you say Washington, I do have to ask. Washington, D.C. on the East Coast or Washington on the West Coast? Know the beach there? It was D.C.? Okay. Okay. Yeah. My sister lived in Baltimore for a while, and I remember going down to DC, and she and I went down to the mall and walked around, saw a bunch of the monuments and whatnot. 2008, yeah, it was a while ago, quite a while ago now, almost nearing 20 years ago. Yeah, the Holocaust Museum. Yep, I remember. I think it was closed because I think we were there on a Sunday, maybe, so it might not have been open, but maybe it was. I remember wanting to go to the Smithsonian, and then we saw the line was like down the road, and we sort of just kept walking. Decided that, no, maybe not. Warm in here. All right. Well, let's get back to what we were doing. Has he finished picking up all of the things that he needs? That looks like he's got one more pickup. Has our new Raptor been delivered? Our new Raptor has been delivered. All right, so for those of you who have just joined us, we're in the middle of building up our eventual invasion fleet. Oh, did I rename? I renamed the... Oh. Blacker. Hideout. Core. Gambit. Alright. Slackers Retreat. Lincoln Memorial. Yeah, that thing is impressive. Huge, those steps. Oh, man. All right. You come down here. Fly and wait. And then we're going to see... I don't know. Got to be 100 Chimera ready. That's 50. 81, 95, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Guess what? You all get to attack with the commander. There we go.
Now.
Oh, you don't understand? Am I fighting the Terrans or am I fighting for them? My goal is to actually reduce the Terrans down to maybe Earth. So what this is this is a large scale plan that has been brewing for 24 days. Yes, those were the steps that Martin Luther King did the speech from. Lincoln Steps of the Lincoln Memorial in front of the pool there. Yes, this is going to take a long time. So a lot of what I've been focusing on probably for the last month or two is getting this economic engine here humming. We've got a dedicated focus factory for every single every single thing. Slacker's Hideout is pretty much my raw material processing center. Slacker's Core is all the intermediary wares, the quantum tubes and meats and composites and things like that. And then Slacker's Gambit is going to be a lot of the third tier materials, advanced electronics, things like that. General layout is we've got a trading station focused for each one. So like this one, all of the miners, the large miners, they actually report to the trading station. And then each one of these small stations uses M miners to just shuttle raw materials there. And then the idea is that each trade station is effectively gonna pull from the previous trade station. So this trade station is gonna buy what all of these are selling, and then this guy, his traders are just gonna start pulling down. Yes, you can. In fact, I accidentally did. In fact, we can do. So this is Slacker's Retreat. If I just get rid of its name here, it goes back to its original name right there. Richest Guy's Family Valka. So the way you do that is you just click on. So just click out in sort of the empty area of the sector, and then I believe, yeah, you have to actually control it. Like I can't rename this orange sector because I don't control it, but because I own this one, I can rename it anything that I want. All right, Commander Lorzak, you're starting a new run this Monday. When your PC upgraded fine, getting a graphics card, won't have to play with the stuttery integrated graphics no more. At 32 gigs of RAM. Yes! Finally going to be able to do the run you're planning to do since. Because the tide always kind of broke me. I hate the tide. I hate the tide. One of these days, I will do a scrap run. But today is not that day. But I tend to just stay out of Avarice because ship captains are dumb and they want land. You just gonna stick around in Avarice for a while and try to build up? What's your general plan for your run? I am debating whether or not having my main shipyard here is the best idea or not. Not quite sure. Congratulations on capturing the asteroid. I've done that once. I have done that once. Let's see, you're planning on stationing around the gate in VIG sectors, doing missions to unlock protection module for HQ, and then you'll teleport it into Averspace. Gutsy. Gutsy, gutsy, gutsy. I hope it works out great for you. I really do. I think that'd be awesome. Oh yeah, nobody's gonna come in and attack you. You can go get supply. It's a reload if you fail. Absolutely. Well, so this was a custom start. And when I first started it, I actually placed my headquarters out here in Turquoise Sea. Again, my thoughts was I wanted to be at the back edge of the universe. Well, it turns out when you put that out there, it's really annoying, like leaving and then coming all the way out to like do stuff out here, and then before you've got all of the teleportation stuff, having to truck all the way back to Turquoise Sea. I may not do that again, even though I love the music there. But we moved the headquarters to Memory of Prophet here so that we could do some terraforming. And where are we? All right. You found a way to unread set an alarm for its hide? Oh. Now I've been studying the alert system. Oh, okay. So what was the recommendation? Because I know there was a mod, and it wasn't very good when I tried it. But what was the recommendation on Reddit? Okay. I mean, that at least tells you that the tide has already started, right? That's not going to give you like advanced warning, right? It's basically like tide now. Yeah. So here's what I found that worked for me, because I was working, so there's an achievement for scrapping 100 objects, and I was working on that at one point for a little while. Got really, really boring. I have no idea if I'll ever finish that one. But what I did figure out is if you drop a satellite here, and if you come here, if you see a bunch of ships milling around right here, then basically ships will start waiting outside of this gate 5 to 10 minutes before the tide hits. So if you're gonna send a ship in, look for that. Yeah. What really bothers me is that my NPC ship captains don't seem smart enough to avoid the tide, which is just, come on, guys. All right. When I stole the Earl King, I did it out of sector. I sent people in. I didn't go into sector. That was a lot of fun. Man, I can't believe both of these failed. Boy, did that just... You're gonna have a scrapping defense station built around the gate in the shape of an eye, since your faction should be called Golden Eye. Please promise me that you will have one trade ship called Odd Job. I mean, if you want, we can riff on this for an hour, but I love James Bond. Yeah. Agents. You're idle. Let's send you on a I don't know. Let's go cultivate some. Oh, your agent can only be known as that. Okay, right. That's the only thing about the AI. Don't think for themselves. I know. Nice. You're gonna name a Heron Odd Job. Big cargo and all. Oh yeah. So there's a YouTuber, Captain Snuggles. He did a video, I don't know, it's maybe a year old now, maybe a little older, where he was talking about the AI and that the ship AI is attempting to simulate imperfect people, right? You know, and the argument, like, no person's going to make the correct decision 100% of the times, right? They're going to make mistakes. You're going to occasionally make a decision that in retrospect didn't look smart. And that the Egosoft approach to the NPC AI is to try to simulate your random person, right? Which is why they sometimes sit around thinking really long about what they're going to do next, or they do something really stupid like, I'm going to move 5 pieces from this station to another, right? And that it's sort of this balance between making an AI that makes the absolutely min-max perfect decision in every single situation, as opposed to just having a universe filled with independent actors that are kind of making their own decisions, and they're sort of just making the best one that they can at the moment. And I really liked his video, and I really liked the way he explained it, because I think that was one of the better explanations to kind of counteract, like, there's this narrative that, oh, the AI in X4 sucks, the AI in X4 sucks, and it's like, while I sometimes question why it chose to do something, you know, I understand why the system did what it did, right? And so a lot of the game is actually to try to figure out how to work around the edges of that to get your to narrow in, right? And so, like, that's what I'm doing this one. From a 5-star pilot, yeah. You know, but, like, you know, here we are. We've got these ships, right? And so to try to streamline advanced composites, this ship is only ever concerned about advanced composites, right? But absolutely, right? AI can be an idiot sometimes, but you see it as part of the immersion, right? You know, I like the way Captain Snuggles did it is, like, you think of it like a bell curve, right? You know, you got a few 5 stars, lots of 3 stars, right? Lots of 3 stars, few 4 stars, right? And then your 1s and your 2s, kind of, you know, as they're skilling up. Might have been my diplomacy. Yeah, it was. Gonna send you. There you go. All right. Yeah. Yeah. The behavior of the ship is usually going to be based on that overall average. So let's take a look at. Oh, this trade ship would probably be a good one right here. So. Yeah, that can be a bit. Yeah, flying in dead into the straight into the factory. So this guy's got 2 and not quite a half on piloting, 2.5 on morale, 2.5 on management. You know, this guy is actually probably a pretty decent all-around captain. He's only got a small amount of service crew. I don't know why he's not filled. Kamikaze mode activated. Absolutely. So then here, this crew skill right here kind of gives you just sort of a general idea of sort of the overall level of the whole ship. Where are my scrappers? They're gonna be right here. So this guy, these Tatuas train service crew like crazy. These guys have just been hanging out on this Tatua right here, scrapping, and they are 5-star engineers, 4-star morale, 2-star management. And so overall, this ship is a lot closer to 3 stars. And the way it was described to me is to think of it like a Dungeons and Dragons role, and that each star that your crew had adds a small positive modifier against your roll. And so the net effect becomes a ship full of 5-star service crew will dock a little faster, will find its next trade a little faster, will plot a course that is a little bit more efficient, right, than your 1-star crew. So that even if you're staring at one ship, it may not appear it, but like in aggregate over a long period of time, those 5-star captains will end up completing more trades and being more successful at combat and other stuff like that. That's correct. Repairs are going to be influenced by the total average engineering skill, which is why capture a large ship. Best thing, and if you've like, say you've taken out the engines because it was part of your boarding operation, take command of the ship that you just captured. And that because you're a 5-star, and so you're gonna offset the service crew's skills and bring that average up, and they'll get the job. They'll start getting the job done faster. So. All right. You know, a friend of mine is wanting me to reach out to him. So you know what, folks? It's been great tonight. Absolutely love hanging out with you. I'll probably be back tomorrow, mid-afternoon. But as always, thank you everyone for hanging out with me on the stream today. It's been a lot of fun. We're just gonna keep building this fleet, and we're gonna invade Terran space here, and eventually show them what's what. So anyway, have a great night, folks, and I will see you. I'll see you next time.